and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new readings every single day. And if you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Hermit. We have the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. There's an emphasis on the energy of balance and reciprocity in this reading. Specifically, what you give out is what you receive back. It's interesting though, because the energy of that is not directed in the way in which we often think of it. So what I mean by that is when I usually say balance and reciprocity and what you give is what you get, a lot of times we think specifically of relationships, we have healthy boundaries and having to exert healthy boundaries or having to be careful with our energetic transactions. But what's interesting here is that this actually has to do more with your career or with some sort of project that you're working on or some sort of goal that you're trying to achieve. So you've stepped into this energy with the Queen of Wands where your passions are leading you towards what it is you desire. You're more connected to your feminine energy where you're in this energy of not allowing certain default settings to take the lead again when it comes to negative masculine energy. I'm picking up on this energy of before in the past, you were working from a place when it came to manifesting, when it came to career, when it came to money, where there was like a lack of worth there. Like you felt like you had to put in all this energy and all this time all the time in order to achieve anything. And you had to give and give and give and give. And I'm very much picking up on this energy that giving is very much something that comes easy to you. So in doing that and keeping that balanced, there may have been some difficulty because the natural instinct you had was to give. Now I'm seeing that you're balancing your energies out more though, because when you're in a state of thinking that you have to overwork yourself to achieve something, that is when you are falling too heavily into the masculine. One thing that I'm seeing here is that, especially if you're a creative or if you're very good at manifesting, you are in an energy where the energy that you give amplifies very quickly. So you actually don't have to give as much as you think you do in order to receive the large amounts of success or growth or expansion that it is you're looking for. There's a difference here in terms of the amount of effort you have to put in. Now, what I'm seeing is that in the past, you used to put in way too much effort, way too much energy, way too much time, and it actually burnt you out. Now what I'm seeing here is that you're walking away from some of that energy and you're moving into calmer waters where you're moving from a place of peace. You're moving from a place of inspired action. You're moving from a place of being intentional. You're moving from a place of connection. And a lot of this also had to do with pressures that you put on yourself or that you allowed other people to put on you for how you had to succeed. So maybe you thought you had to do A, B, and C in order to succeed, and it had to be in that order, and it had to always be that way, when maybe you only actually had to do one thing. But if you're resonating with that energy, I'm picking up on now this shift where your passions are coming more to the forefront. You're allowing your masculine energy to support your feminine energy instead of stifling it. And what that's doing is it's opening up new opportunities, specifically in the area of finances, because you are shifting into an energy where you're not having to overgive and overdo to succeed or receive. And that's taking you out of a lacking mindset and putting you more in an abundant one. It's re-empowering you. And what's funny is you always had this power, but it's like you didn't know you did. And you didn't know how potent you were. Your potency when it comes to your manifestations, when it comes to the way you're able to manipulate energy and magnify it and expand it. It's just on that more potent level. So you don't need to do so much. You can tone it down a little bit and still get better results, actually, because you're not in an energy of lack. You're not in an energy of overextending. With that, though, there's still certain things that are going to be coming up that you're going to need to reflect on, that you may need to walk away from when it comes to these types of default settings. Specifically, there's a project here that you may be currently working on that you're going to need to take a second pass at and make sure that you're not overextending yourself or overgiving or overdoing in some way with that particular project. It may require you to actually take a look at how you can downscale it instead of giving so much to it. It's like, I'm trying to figure out how to describe this. It's like an energy of expectation. It's like you think that in order to succeed, that you need to put in all these hours, give all these options, put in all this work, but really you only need to do what's good enough. You don't need to be perfect. That's part of it. There's this like perfectionism thing here, but you don't need to be perfect, and you don't need to be like you don't need to give every single piece away. You actually would do better with giving less, because then you're intentional with the pieces you're giving away. There we go. It's an intentionality here, because I'm very much seeing that for a lot of you, it's like when you take on a project or you want to achieve something, you give it everything you have, but then you're working from a place of depletion, and it actually reduces your potency, because when you give everything you have nothing else to give. There's no reciprocity on refilling your cup or refilling yourself and working from a place where you are fulfilled and you are whole. You've worked from a depleted state for a long time. So with this project that's going to be coming up, it's going to be pinpointing specific pain points where you may want to fall back into those defaults because it's familiar, or it may trigger your fears or worries in some way. And it's meant to show you where those points are that you need to walk away from and you need to reconcile, so that when you move forward, you're moving forward with intentionality and peace. And it's going to require a bit of you stepping away and reflecting with the Hermit. Now, I'm picking up on an energy that there may be certain people in your life that you may want to get some advice from, and that's fine, but you also want to make sure that you are only taking that which resonates with your divine guidance. You want to make sure that you're definitely still doing things your own way and you're listening to your own intuition when it comes to these things. But what I'm seeing is that you're at the end stages of this kind of energy. And once you're able to completely step out of it, this page is going to elevate and expand and grow into something bigger. So that could be that your project expands or grows in some way. That could be that you're going to be receiving more money or more financial stability or material stability. That could mean a lot of different things, but ultimately there's expansion here on the horizon, and you're being sort of guided on where and how you need to make changes in order to usher more of that energy back into your life and to build more on the long-term life that you desire. So I'm going to leave the reading here. If it resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and comment your affirmation down below. Your affirmation for this reading is, I am open to being shown a better way of achieving my dreams and goals. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.